Now, what I'll go through is a case study of my son. He's received chiropractic ever since as a baby. Okay, so one of the reasons why we got x-rays done at 8 months old, the first x-ray, was that he was really suffering as a baby. So when the first few days, I actually adjusted him at 3 days old. The reason is because he couldn't breastfeed. Like, he couldn't breastfeed from one side. It's because he couldn't turn his neck to the left. He could turn his neck to the right all the way, but when trying to turn to the left, he couldn't, and that's why he couldn't latch on. So I had to do a little tiny adjustment on the neck to try and free up the neck to actually get him to actually turn easier. And there's a lot of other reasons why. He also started developing bad colic. He had a lot of asthma attacks as well. As I mentioned before, he had bad constipation. And a lot of times, it's the accumulation of the falls as he got older. So this is at 3 years old. When he started to walk, learning to walk, he's had lots of falls. Lots of little, even though they're small falls, it's accumulation of those falls. And that's what causes the damage over time. And so even though he's very young to get these x-rays, you can see the damage that's done, especially this one and also this one, that the problems actually start very early in life. It's not always going to start when you're older. It's accumulation of the micro traumas, the little traumas that happen along the way, that adds to the problem. And so also posture, like now he's on the tablet all the time. He's watching TV. He's always hunching down. They're also the reasons why he can start to develop other problems rather than looking at only the misalignments here. There's other problems that is also accumulating. I can see that he's also hunching, especially because of watching the tablet, looking at the tablet so long. Up into here, you can see with the neck. This is C2, C3. He already had a mild misalignment here on C3. And because of lots of falls that he's had, especially on the scooter recently, that's why we retook an x-ray. His C3 is actually looking worse now. Okay, and this I will say is because of the amount of falls. He's had three really bad falls recently over the last 2 months, where he's landed badly on his left side and has really jammed up that neck. He complained of dizziness, and at certain stages he was not eating. He lost his appetite. Now you can see the reason I say this is bad, or it's gotten worse, is that if you have a look here, this is the vertebra, the bottom of the vertebra, the bottom of the vertebra, bottom of the vertebra, and you can see this vertebra is aligned down. This is really misaligned, which we need to look at adjusting. This is what we mean when we said the posteriority. So looking from the same view here, front, back, looking from the side, it's gone way back on this segment here. So if we don't adjust it, we give it a few years, let's say 5 years time, this is going to deteriorate. Okay, because we physically need to get that pressure off that disc, because at the moment, because of the misalignment down, it's compressing that disc. And as that disc gets compressed more and more, that disc is going to thin more and more. We actually physically need to adjust it back onto its disc to actually get that segment moving properly again. The one reason why adjustment, especially the Gonstead, is so powerful is that because it's gone back like that, no matter what you try and do, because it's sitting back like that, no matter what you try and do, if you try to go for, like if you try to rotate it, it's not going to do much. We need to actually physically adjust it back onto its disc. Prevention is really the key. Prevention is much better than cure. Prevention is the main thing that we need to look at to try to help him as he gets older, so that he doesn't have to go through all that deterioration and all the pain and arthritis that happens later on in life.